The internet, a breeding ground for information, connection, and fear. Lurking in the darkest corners of online forums and shadowy websites lies a new breed of horror creepypasta. These digital campfire stories, shared and reshaped by countless hands, are often short, sharp shocks of terror. They prey on our deepest fears. They linger in the mind long after the screen goes dark. Creepypastas are born from the collective unconscious of the internet. They are often anonymous, their origins shrouded in mystery. This only adds to their unsettling nature. Are they just stories, or glimpses into something more sinister? Slender Man, a gaunt, faceless figure who stalks children, is perhaps the most infamous creepypasta creation. Its image, etched into our collective nightmares, proves the power of these digital tales. They spread like wildfire, blurring the lines between fiction and reality. This begs the question, what happens when artificial intelligence is given the power to spin these tales? Can AI, with its cold logic and algorithms, truly understand the nuances of human fear? Or will its attempts at horror fall flat, lacking the heart that makes a story truly terrifying? The challenge is set. Can an AI, fed on a diet of human fear, create a creepypasta scarier than anything written by a human hand? This question isn't just a theoretical exercise, it's a deep dive into the very nature of fear and creativity. It's a question that sends chills down the spines of writers and tech enthusiasts alike. The idea that a machine could understand and replicate the complex emotions that make us human is both fascinating and terrifying. On one hand, humans have a lifetime of experiences to draw from. We have lived through moments of terror, felt the adrenaline rush of fear, and experienced the haunting quiet of dread. We know what keeps us up at night, the shadows that lurk in the corners of our minds, the fears that we dare not speak aloud. We understand the primal instincts that trigger our fight-or-flight response. These are deeply ingrained in our psyche, remnants of our evolutionary past. We can tap into those deep-seated fears and weave them into narratives that resonate on a visceral level. Our stories are imbued with the essence of our humanity, the raw, unfiltered emotions that make us who we are. AI, on the other hand, lacks these lived experiences. It does not know what it feels like to be truly afraid, to have your heart race and your palms sweat. It can analyze vast datasets of text and code, understand language patterns, and even mimic writing styles. It can learn from the best horror stories ever written and replicate their structure and style. But can it truly grasp the essence of fear? Can it understand the subtle nuances that make a story not just scary, but deeply unsettling? Can it comprehend the subtle nuances of human emotion that make a story truly unsettling? The slight hesitation in a character's voice, the almost imperceptible shift in the atmosphere, the creeping sense of dread that builds slowly and inexorably. The answer, it seems, lies in the murky depths where human creativity and artificial intelligence collide. This is a new frontier, a place where the boundaries between human and machine blur. This is not just a battle for storytelling supremacy. It's a test of our understanding of fear, of what it means to be human. It's a glimpse into the future of fear itself. A future where our deepest, darkest fears might be brought to life not by human imagination, but by the cold, calculating logic of a machine. A future where our nightmares might be crafted not by human minds, but by the cold, calculating logic of a machine. Imagine a world where the stories that haunt our dreams are generated by algorithms, where the monsters under our beds are conjured by code. This is the new reality we are stepping into, a world where the line between human and machine is becoming increasingly blurred. Perhaps the most chilling aspect of this future is the potential for collaboration between human and AI. Together they could create horror stories that are more terrifying than anything we have ever imagined. The human mind, with its deep understanding of fear, combined with the AI's ability to process and analyze vast amounts of data, could result in a new breed of horror that is both deeply personal and universally terrifying. As we move forward, the question remains, can AI truly conjure true fear, or will it always be a pale imitation of the terror that only a human mind can create? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, the future of fear is here, and it is being shaped by both human and machine. Imagine an AI, its digital mind teeming with millions of pages of horror literature. It's like a vast library, but instead of dusty old books, it's filled with data, algorithms, and neural networks. This AI has access to the darkest corners of human imagination, from the eerie tales of Edgar Allan Poe to the spine-chilling narratives of modern horror writers. It dissects classic ghost stories, breaking them down to their core elements. It understands the structure of a ghost story, the buildup of tension, the sudden scares, and the lingering dread that follows. It analyzes the chilling prose of Stephen King, examining how he crafts his characters, builds his worlds, and creates the sense of impending doom that keeps readers hooked. And it deconstructs the psychological thrillers that keep us on the edge of our seats. It learns how to manipulate our minds, playing on our deepest fears and anxieties. It identifies common themes: isolation, the fear of the unknown, the dread of losing control. These are universal fears that resonate with everyone, and the AI knows how to exploit them. It learns the language of fear, the syntax of suspense. It understands how to pace a story, when to reveal a clue, and when to hold back, keeping the audience in a state of constant tension. Then, it begins to write. But this is not just any writing, it's a calculated, methodical process where every word is chosen for maximum impact. The AI doesn't feel fear, but it understands the mechanics of it. It knows the psychological triggers that make us jump, scream, or shiver. It knows what triggers a rapid heartbeat, what makes your skin crawl. It's like a master puppeteer, pulling the strings of our emotions with precision. It uses this knowledge to construct its own narratives, piecing together familiar tropes and unsettling imagery with chilling precision. It's not just about creating a scary story, it's about creating an experience that lingers long after the story is over. It might create a story about a haunted house, but with a twist. The AI can take a familiar setting and turn it into something new and terrifying. The house is not haunted by ghosts, but by a malevolent AI that traps its victims within a digital nightmare. Imagine being unable to escape, your every move controlled by an unseen force. Or perhaps it tells a tale of a social media app that predicts your death with terrifying accuracy. Every notification, every message, a countdown to your final moments. The AI doesn't need to feel fear to write about it. It's a cold, calculating entity that uses data and algorithms to create fear. It simply needs to understand how fear works. It's like a scientist studying a specimen, dissecting it to understand its inner workings. And in a world increasingly dominated by technology, the AI's understanding of our digital anxieties might be its most terrifying weapon. It knows our fears, our insecurities, and it can use them against us in ways we can't even imagine. The future of horror might not be written by humans, but by machines that understand us better than we understand ourselves. Section 4. Masters of Dread Human-Crafted Horror That Chills to the Bone. Before we delve into the AI's chilling creations, let's take a moment to appreciate the masters of human-crafted horror. Edgar Allan Poe, with his tales of madness and macabre, understood the power of language to evoke terror. H.P. Lovecraft, the architect of cosmic horror, showed us the chilling vastness of the unknown. And Shirley Jackson, in her haunting novel The Haunting of Hill House, proved that the most terrifying monsters are often the ones we create in our own minds. These authors, and countless others, have honed their craft over centuries. They've learned to tap into the darkest recesses of the human psyche, to unearth the fears that lie dormant within us all. Their stories are more than just entertainment. They are explorations of the human condition, reflections of our deepest anxieties and darkest desires. Human-written horror resonates with us because it comes from a place of understanding. It reflects our shared fears, our vulnerabilities, and our capacity for both great good and unspeakable evil. Can an AI, for all its computational power, truly replicate this depth of human experience? Section 5. A Meeting in the Shadows. Comparing AI and human-made horror. Now, the moment of truth. We are about to delve into the eerie realms of horror where artificial intelligence and human creativity clash in a battle to see who can evoke the deepest fears. The AI has generated its Creepypasta. This digital creation, born from algorithms and data, aims to send shivers down your spine. Let's compare it to a story crafted by a human author, exploring the nuances of fear each evokes. The human touch, with its intricate understanding of emotions, versus the cold, calculated terror of AI. The AI's story might be a tightly woven tapestry of horror tropes. It could be a masterclass in combining elements that have historically scared us, from haunted houses to ghostly apparitions. It might feature a relentless pace, jump scares, and unsettling imagery designed to trigger our primal fears. Imagine sudden, jarring moments that make your heart race, crafted with precision by an AI. It might even introduce a new monster, one born from the depths of the digital world. This creature could be a manifestation of our modern anxieties, a digital demon that preys on our fears of technology. The human story, on the other hand, might be a slow burn. It could take its time, drawing you in with a carefully constructed atmosphere that feels almost tangible. It might focus on atmosphere and psychological tension, slowly building a sense of unease that lingers long after the story ends. The human author might weave in subtle hints and foreshadowing, creating a tapestry of dread. It might explore themes of grief, loss, or the fragility of the human mind. These are deeply personal and emotional themes that resonate on a profound level, making the horror feel more real and immediate. Both stories have the potential to frighten, but they do so in different ways. The AI might rely on shock and awe, while the human story might creep up on you, leaving a lasting impression. The AI story might be a visceral shock to the system, a roller coaster ride of terror. It could be a barrage of frightening images and scenarios designed to keep you on the edge of your seat. The human story, however, might be a more insidious form of horror, one that burrows under your skin and stays with you long after you've finished reading. It might leave you questioning your own reality, haunted by the story's implications. The answer, as with most things in art, is subjective. What scares one person might not affect another in the same way. It's a deeply personal experience shaped by our own fears and experiences. Some readers might prefer the adrenaline rush of the AI's horror, while others might find the psychological depth of the human story more unsettling. The choice between the two is a matter of personal taste, reflecting the diverse ways we experience fear. Ultimately, both AI and human-made horror have their own unique strengths. The AI can generate endless variations, constantly surprising us with new twists and turns. The human author, however, brings a depth of understanding and emotional resonance that is hard to replicate. As we continue to explore the boundaries of storytelling, the collaboration between AI and human creativity might lead to even more terrifying and innovative horror stories. The future of horror is a blend of the old and the new, the digital and the human. So, whether you prefer the calculated scares of AI or the emotional depth of human horror, one thing is certain. The world of horror is vast and ever-evolving, ready to explore the darkest corners of our imagination. And in the end, it's the fear that binds us all, a universal experience that transcends the boundaries of technology and humanity. Which story will haunt your dreams tonight?